Hello YouTube. So we're going to do a video this morning and today about running in the cold. So it can be really hard to control our heart rate when we run in the cold because we can either put too many clothes on and then our heart rate's too high, or we can put too little clothes on and we're cold, so we start out the run too fast. So I'm going to give you a couple of ways we can fix it. So this morning I didn't wear exactly this, but I did wear a jumper, a t-shirt, some less baggy jogging bottoms than this, and I did a little dynamic warm-up before the start. So what I did, just to start with, I'm just jogging or fast walk on the spot. So then I'm just gradually increasing my heart rate before I get out the door, because I've heard other people say about go for a walk for 5 minutes or so. Does anybody really want to go out for a walk for 5 minutes when it's -2? I don't think I do. So we do this dynamic walk warm up in the house. So we've got that. So now we're into some hip flexors. Just a few on each side. We're basically warming up all the muscles we're going to need to run. Working on that balance and mobility. Okay, now we're going to go into some leg swings. So there's nothing going to be particularly new here that we haven't seen before, but it's just getting the idea. Sometimes as runners, we think, oh, I'll just go out and jog. And like I said earlier, if you're wearing too little clothes in the winter, you're going to probably start out too fast, which is going to spike your heart rate. And if you're wearing too much clothes, that again is going to keep your heart rate high. So you've got some leg swings there. So now you've got some hip abductors. So just working this glute medius here, this a muscle on the side of your quad, just on this side bit here. So just a few on the right, step over, few on the left. Okay, now we're just going to open the gate. So there's nothing too new here. There's nothing that you probably wouldn't have seen before here. You'd have done it if you play football, any team sports. You do a dynamic warm-up, close the gate. But it's just thinking, especially now in winter, whether you're in America, whether you're in the UK, wherever you are, if you just head straight out the door and you're wearing too little or too many clothes, your heart rate is spiking straight from the beginning. So what we want to do, you can hear in my breathing already now. So I've already done my run this morning. It was 7 kilometers recovery run. Just looking to keep the heart rate under 130 beats a minute. But this is what I did, roughly like this. Okay, then you've got kickbacks. So you'd use a wall here, but you're looking to engage your glute here. So all of them muscles we need to run, the big power muscles, is what we're looking to engage here. So you've got your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, and also calves, which we'll move on to. So we go to hamstrings now. So it's just some kickbacks, hamstring kicks. So there's nothing revolutionary in here. It's just getting into that thought process of, it's winter, I can't just go straight out the door because my heart rate's going to spike one of two ways. Either I'm wearing too little clothes, I run too fast because I want to warm up, heart rate spikes. I'm wearing too much clothes, heart rate spikes because I'm warm, and your heart rate will naturally be high because you're warm. Okay, so we're moving into the calf muscles now. So it's just a calf raise. So we're up and down on the balls of our feet. We're trying to balance here. And we're only doing each of these moves for 20 to 30 seconds. That's all it is, 20 to 30 seconds. But now I'm going to go into a bit more of a bounce. So this is where your heart rate will start to spike. Okay, now we're going to sort of start to wrap this warm-up up. So we're going to just jog on the spot. And if you've got something like a chest strap or you've got a watch, you can be monitoring your heart rate as you're doing this. So we're coming up to 6 minutes now. And then from there, all I would then do is just go out the house. I would then walk for maybe 30 seconds, not anywhere near, no 5-minute walking because it's -2 out, -4, it's freezing. But that's only took me just over 6 minutes. Heart rate's now elevated. First kilometre, well, regardless of whatever the purpose of the run is, we're running that first kilometre. I've made this mistake in at least 4 or 5 races last year. That first kilometre wants to be our slowest. So after we've done all of that, so 5-6 minutes dynamic warm up, we're then going out the door, maybe 30 seconds, just control our breathing, thinking, how am I feeling today? 30 seconds walk, no more than that. It's too cold to do too much walking, but we've done all of that inside, got 30 seconds walk, all the while we're monitoring the heart rate, and then we go into our first kilometre, which is going to be the slowest kilometre, regardless of the purpose of the run. Once we've run that first kilometre, we've had that 6-7 minute dynamic warm-up, we've walked for 30 seconds. We're also mindful of what the clothing we're wearing as well. So we're thinking, am I too hot? Am I too cold? So that we can adjust that for future runs. So I said, today I wore a t-shirt, a jumper, less baggy jogging bottoms than this. And so that's also something to be aware of as well. And then regardless of the purpose of the run, first kilometre, always the slowest, okay? So pacing that kilometre. At the end of that first kilometre, once we've done the dynamic warm-up, once we've done the 30 seconds walking, once we've done that first kilometre, we can then ask ourselves, how am I feeling, okay? And then just kind of be aware of that pace, but more importantly, we're going to be judging 3 things on our run, regardless of what the purpose is. We're going to be looking for, how do I feel? Does this pace feel controlled? Because whether it's 5K, 10K, half marathon or marathon, we need to be controlled with that pacing, even splits or ideally negative split. What a negative split means, if you're not aware, is basically running the second half of a race quicker than the first half. So we're all aware of this, so that's what we want to practice in every single run that we do. And we can do that by running the first kilometre the slowest. Okay, that's everything for today. I just thought I wanted to talk on a little bit on running in the cold, because I can see, different people on Strava and stuff, and it can be sometimes hard to control that heart rate. So there's just a couple of things to think about regarding running in the cold. All right, cheers.